Moving on to Sudan. Many of you have probably heard about the 8-month pregnant woman who has been jailed for marrying a Christian man. I mean, it's absurd to me that Sudan would jail someone because of their religious choice. And an 8-month pregnant woman? Are you out of your minds? All these officials in Sudan, all of you, don't you have wives that have been pregnant in the past or presently pregnant? And if you don't have wives, you should at least have shame. Shame on you, all of you. Put a pregnant woman, 8-month-old pregnant, in prison. This beautiful 27-year-old woman has been in prison since the 15th of this month. And her baby is due on the 1st of June. You see, that means that she could go into labor anytime, any day. And not only is she in prison, they're not letting her husband take care of their first child, a 1.5-year-old son. They said because the father is a Christian, they won't let him see the son. So the son is also in prison with the mother. And guess what? This woman is shackled to the floor inside the cell. The husband said that her ankles are bleeding, her legs are swollen up, and she's not given any medical attention. How cruel can you be? This just makes me, Sudan, why is it that you don't have any good reputation whatsoever? And do you know that they refuse to acknowledge her wedding just because it's a Christian wedding? So according to them, she has committed adultery because she had a son out of wedlock, because her wedding was never recognized by the Sudanese law. I'm glad that the UN is not getting involved, as well as the US, because the husband is actually a US citizen. I just hope that they act fast, not just for her, but for many other women in her shoes. Now, Sudan, there is a problem here. If you only recognize one wedding, if they release this woman today, who knows who would be arrested tomorrow? And if her husband is not an American citizen, we may never hear of the story. So there is a problem with this law in Sudan. Until that law changes, nothing has really changed. So we're not just fighting for this lady to be released, we're also fighting that they have to change their law in Sudan. If you have not yet signed the petition for this woman to be released, please take a minute and sign the petition. More than 100,000 people have signed it. Be one of them, so that when they release her, you can say, at least you did your part. And Sudan, I'm watching you until you change that your law. I'm watching you. Guess what? I'm just keeping it real.